Good morning, Simply Cyber community. How are you? Today is Tuesday, December 17th, 2024. This is episode 773 of your award-winning podcast of the year, Simply Cyber's daily cyber threat brief podcast. We brought it home, people. We'll get into that a little bit later. But I am your host, Dr. Gerald Auger, and over the next hour, me, you, DJ BSEC behind the glass here, Montgomery, Augusta Delgado, Swims with Sharks, Chris Whitlock with the bots, Justin Gold, Casually Joseph, Jenny Housley, getting it together, cramming for the end of the year. Marlon Johnson, Mara Levy, Danielle, Marcus Kyler of the Yeet Crew. Guys, we are all going to be shredding the top cybersecurity news stories of the day. I'll be giving my expert opinion and analysis on each of the stories, on what it means to you as a practitioner. So how can we use this information to drive cyber risk reduction for our business stakeholders, right? Delivering value even though we're a cost center for the business. And if your team's solo, Robert Cooper, Stones fan, others in chat, if you're a solo operator, you don't have a coworker to turn to and bounce ideas off of, welcome to the party, pal, because that's what Simply Cyber is. We are a community of like-minded professionals who are out here supporting each other. So hashtag Team Solo if that's your jam. And if you are here for the first time, welcome to the party, my friends. We got a great one for you today. We're going to be going through the top news of the day. I haven't looked to research any of these stories. I don't even know what they're going to be about. And we just dive in, share our thoughts, continue on, and stay tuned to the end. Because at the top of the hour, 9 a.m. Eastern time, 58 minutes from now, we're going to pivot to jaw-jacking, and if you have any questions about industry, I or others in chat will be glad to help you, because that's what we're here to do, to help you, support you, and get you in here. Finally, if you are looking to break into the industry, don't think that this is for pros only. We are here to help you break in as well, give you all the insights, tips, tricks, and everything you need to do. That's right. We are a cost loss prevention service. Thank you, Andrew Tibbs. Now, before we get into it, holy crap, James McQuiggan from the top rope. I'm excited to be part of the community of an award-winning podcast. Congratulations, Jerry, and everyone involved with making Simply Cyber amazing. Team SC Coffee Cup cheers. I'm right there with you, James McQuiggan, at 35,000 feet. Coffee Cup cheers, my friend. Also, 10 gifted subs coming down the pike from James McQuiggan. Thank you, James. Love it, love it, love it. And if you don't know what we're talking about, really quickly, I'll just share a quick link here. We won the SANS Podcast of the Year Award on Sunday. Mrs. and I went down to D.C. to get it. Here you go. I got a short on the channel that you can peruse if you want. I'll drop a link to it. Short of winning podcast of the year. All right. Boom. I probably should have put that all in one tab there, but that's okay. All right, guys, check it out. Before we get into it, let me holler at you about the stream sponsors, those who enable me to bring you this award-winning podcast of the year every single day, starting with my good friend Eric Taylor and the crew over at Barricade Cyber Solutions. Now, they're doing something a little special for the holidays, bringing some light to MUSC's PCICU floor. MUSC is the Medical University of South Carolina. Let me pull up hunterstrong.com. Guys, things are tight for a lot of people this time of year, so feel no pressure at all in this ask from Eric Taylor and Barricade Cyber Solutions. As we get closer to Christmas time, can't help but think about all the kids at MUSC PCICU floor, the place where Hunter's second home and the staff are just simply amazing. Again, Hunter Taylor is Eric Taylor's son. Hunter had a heart transplant and was cared for at MUSC's PCICU floor. He ultimately lost that battle, sadly. But Eric continues in Hunter's name to sponsor and champion the work being done at MUSC PCICU. So if you would consider donating at least $5 to help make things a little brighter for the staff and families during Christmas time. P.S. Barricade Cyber will match every dollar up to $20,000 that is donated. Also, They have some thoughts that they're working on to make it wonderful for the pediatric cardio patients at the MUSC ICU. Go to hunterstrong.com for more information, hunterstrong.com. Thank you, Eric Taylor and Simply Cyber Community. All right, guys, I got good news for you. We're only running 2 sponsors today, so this is the ultra slippery fast lane version of the show. If today's your first episode, listen, you picked a good one. We got all sorts of holiday spirits and award-winning things to talk about, but drop a hashtag first timer in chat. Hashtag first timer in chat if today's your first episode, because we have a special sound effect for you. We got a special emote. We got special graphics. We love our first timers. So get in here. Let us know what's cracking. And remember, today is Tuesday. Every single day of the week has a special segment. Tidbits Tuesday is Tuesday. But because we, yesterday, I don't think Eric did it, the Simply Cyber Community Member of the Week presented by ThreatLocker. So I will be doing, it's a BOGOs, it's a twofer, it's a double banger coming at you today. We're going to be doing the Monday Community Member of the Week. You guys all know him. You all, trust me, the Member of the Week you all know, and he's here right now for sure. And then Tidbits Tuesday, I'll share a little bit about that with you. Woo! All right. I also want to say shout out to Antisyphon Training for enabling me to bring the show, guys. Antisyphon 30 seconds, and then we are going to downshift and get giddy up on it. Let's go.
Do you want cutting-edge, high-quality cybersecurity education, regardless of financial position? Check this out. I want to give some love and some praise to Antisyphon Training, powered by Black Hills Information Security. Antisyphon Training is absolutely disrupting the traditional cybersecurity training industry by providing high-quality, cutting-edge education to everyone, regardless of financial position. They bring industry professionals with years and years of experience into the classroom to teach you and anyone else who's interested practical skills that are in demand in the market today. And on top of that, the student experience is amazing, as you and hundreds or thousands in some instances of other students are actively engaging, networking, sharing tips, tricks, and experiences with each other, all live in the classroom. Go to antisyphontraining.com, check out their course calendar to see what courses they have coming up.
Oh, I'm sorry. How did this get here? How did this award get here? Oh my God. Oh, so silly. Oh, so silly. We'll spend some time with this later. I'll answer all the questions about the award ceremony too. I was just having a little bit of fun. I'm feeling silly today. All right, guys, do me a favor. Even though we're having a good time, it's the holidays, everybody's kicking it. We do have work to do. Wah, wah, wah. Who brought the wet blanket? We have work to do. So do me a favor, sit back, relax, and let's let the cool sounds of the hot news wash over all of us in an awesome way. But I will see you all at the mid-roll. Let's go.
From the CISO series, it's Cybersecurity Headlines.
Let's go, Lauren Verno.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Tuesday, December 17th, 2024. I'm Lauren Verno. Serbian authorities accused of using Cellbrite to spy on journalists. Easily the most widely covered story on Monday, as reports from Amnesty International accuse Serbian authorities of using Cellbrite's phone cracking tools in conjunction with a newly discovered spyware, NoviSpy, to target journalists and activists. The spyware is allegedly installed during police custody of devices, which allows remote access to sensitive data and device control. Amnesty highlights interviews with 13 people claiming to be directly targeted by the spyware, including a journalist who says their phone started acting strangely after a traffic stop. Once released from custody, the journalist found his data in Wi-Fi settings turned off, and spyware was later discovered. Cellbrite denies any involvement in the spyware installation and says they are currently investigating the claims.
All right, couple things here. One, Midori K passing the Sec Plus. Let's go, Midori K. Nice job. Timothy Bradley had a super chat and then retracted the message. I don't know what it said, Timothy, but if you're giving super chats, come on, write whatever you want to say, because I'll read it out within reason. If you're like, I am Ron Burgundy, I'm not going to read that.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
But thanks for the super chat, Timothy. Good to have you. I just dined my bachelor's in cyber and will be graduating with Latin honors and graduate with my daughter. We got you. The internet doesn't forget, Timothy. We got you covered, bud. So first of all, I'm assuming that means you finished your bachelor's in cyber. Excellent. Congratulations. Secondly, with honors is no joke. That's super cool. And then graduating with your daughter, I think that's phenomenal. I know Tom Bishop on the boot. He actually did the same thing. I think he got a PhD with his son and then worked with him. So I could totally get down with that. I wish I could get my kids into cybersecurity, but apparently my son's going to get a bachelor's in Fortnite. But anyways, Timothy, I usually reserve the wrecking ball for jobs, but graduating with Latin with your daughter in cyber, let's go. I came in like a Nice. Okay, so let's talk about this issue. Cellbrite, excuse me. Normally when I think of Cellbrite, I actually think of cracking open iPhones and Android devices. So this is not spyware. Cellbrite is used by law enforcement typically to unlock phones that are locked. So you might be like, well, just put your face at it or put the pin in. Yeah, that's the point. Like, you arrest me or whatever, and you take my phone and you're like unlocking. I'm like, hell no, I'm not unlocking my phone for you. Then they just use Cellbrite. They plug it in and boom, it pops open. This is different than Pegasus spyware. Okay. Now, law enforcement has ready access to Cellbrite. Typically, from what I understand, like Pegasus is a per install price. Cellbrite is a physical, piece of technology that you like plug in a USB drive and the Cellbrite unlocks it. Okay. Now, this is pretty gross. Amnesty International, investigative journalists that are trying to uncover corruption or human rights violations, slavery, modern slavery, sex trafficking, human trafficking, these type of things, war crimes. They want to uncover that and bring, obviously visibility to it. So these people are getting stopped in Serbia and allegedly having spyware installed on their phone. So essentially what they're saying is, police pull you over, which, by the way, you're not going to be able to stop, right? If a police has got their lights on and you try to like run away, that's going to not be good, right? So they're going to get you, right? Then they take you into custody, take your phone away from you, and then mysteriously give you your phone back, let you go, and your phone starts acting funny. They use it to unlock, and once it's unlocked, that's when they start installing or pushing software onto the device because they have access to it. That's all they're doing here. Now, whether it's true or not remains to be seen. Obviously, when you're doing this, no law enforcement's like, you got us. Yeah, we absolutely installed malware on your phone. Get out of here. You're crazy. No one says that. They just deny, and then deflect, right? Let's see. The ability to download an entire digital life using the Cellbrite UFED and similar forensics tools poses enormous human rights risks. Yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing to point out. Not only can they unlock it and install malware, but literally they can just dump your phone and get like who you've been talking to, who you've been talking to, what messages, what pictures, etc. And basically do all that. If you're interested in mobile forensics, which is basically what this has to do with, may I call your attention to Hexordia? This is Jessica Hyde's company, not to be confused with the awesome kind of dystopian Netflix show, which I think is called Utopia, and the main character, Jessica Hyde, in that. Hexordia is a digital forensics company that's awesome. And I want to call your attention to two things here. If you're remotely interested in what they're talking about here with the Cellbrite technology, with Hexordia, Jessica's company, Hexordia, actually has 4 free mobile forensics courses. They have creating mobile test data, right? Hold on. Creating mobile test data, mobile device preservation, mobile forensics 1 and mobile forensics 2. I've taken mobile forensics 1. It's great. It's great. I mean, it's not like gonna win an award or anything, but it's good. It's really good. I liked it. So I'll drop a link here. And again, it's free. So why not make it level yourself up? I took mobile device forensics fundamentals part 1 in like maybe 2 hours. I was getting my oil changed. And I like just did it in the waiting area. All right. If this is true,
Become best friends. Yep.
whoa, we're getting super chats up in here. Hold on. Timothy Bradley, super chat. Thank you, Timothy. Graduating my bachelor's in cyber, Latin honors, along with my daughter. Yes. Awesome. Okay. Final thing I want to point out, less cyber, but just more things. If anyone, I used to be the kind of person, this is a little tidbits Tuesday. I used to be the kind of person that would be like, dude, I have nothing to hide. Like, why? Like, if you were like, oh, I need privacy, whatever. I'd be like, why? What do you got to hide? And then I've come around on, it's not about hiding. It's about civil rights and privacy and the right to decide what gets disclosed and what doesn't and to whom and when. So I'm on that train. This right here, this Cellbrite thing, this is why you got to be careful with giving law enforcement wide sweeping, or government regulators wide sweeping access to whatever, because it can be weaponized. In this case, it's being exploited to basically not round up, but investigative journalists, right? We've also seen it terribly done in Egypt when they were trying to identify men who were interested in men type relationships, which apparently is not legal in Egypt. So like those type of civil rights issues. Okay. So just don't sleep on privacy. All right.
Ransomware attack shuts down Rhode Island's public assistance system. Rhode Island's RI Bridges system, managed by Deloitte, was hit by a ransomware attack likely tied to the Brain Cipher gang, exploiting sensitive data like social security numbers and banking details of residents applying for those public assistance programs. Now, some of those programs included Medicaid, SNAP, and child assistance programs. The state took the system offline after discovering the malware, and Deloitte confirmed a, quote, high probability of data theft and that affected individuals should reset passwords and monitor accounts. As of this recording, those services are still offline.
All right. Hey, 10 gifted subs from Fleetus. Thanks, Fleetus.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Also want to point out, if you like Fleetus will be joining us on the panel on Friday. Ask Me Anything panels. We do jaw jacking on Friday. Space tacos with 5 gifted subs.
Did we just become best friends?
Oh my gosh, the love is strong today. Ladies and gentlemen, these gifted subs, if you get gifted, you do get access to the emote tray where all the fun emotes are. Also, quick note, I think it's !gift. Kimberly can fix it, can help in chat, but you do have to opt into receiving gifted subs. It doesn't happen automatically on YouTube. You do have to opt into it. Okay, so let's talk about Rhode Island, the smallest state in the union. A lot of people forget about Rhode Island. I grew up in Massachusetts, so Rhode Island's like basically the front door to the Bay State. It's whatever. So they had a data breach. Now, what's interesting is I see Brain Cipher, and I'm like, man, Brain Cipher is really coming on strong because they just allegedly hit Deloitte. But Deloitte claimed only one client of theirs was hit, and Deloitte itself wasn't actually impacted. So putting, 2 and 2 together, it would appear that Rhode Island, the state, was in fact the client of Deloitte that was impacted. If not, then Deloitte's claim that they were the one client was hit would be untrue, because this would be a second client at least. The state itself got hit with ransomware. Apparently, the systems that manage like state Medicare, Medicaid, which I thought was a federal program, so I'm not quite sure how Rhode Island, the state, gets impacted by that. Maybe they take in Medicare, Medicaid stuff and then distribute it to the citizens of Rhode Island. So this RI Bridges thing. RI Bridges. Citizens cannot currently access accounts on the web portal. So, here we go. The incident impacts applicants and beneficiaries of Medicaid, supplemental nutrition assistance, temporary assistance for needy families. Oh my God, this sucks. Dude, this time of year, the holidays, and all of a sudden you can't access these type of essentially public programs to give assistance and healthcare coverage and stuff. Hopefully the impact is low and they're able to recover quickly. Look at this. So it says here, impacted households will receive a letter via mail. Like, I'm not quite sure how that helps anything. Like, if I can't access my health benefits, a letter in the mail is going to take a couple days and not really help me. Rhode Island authorities are telling people to reset their passwords, place a fraud alert, credit freeze. Dude, this is like, these recommendations are like such a shotgun blast of like, dude, come on, look at this. This pisses me off. Okay. Sorry. I know we're having a good time and I'm feeling silly and stuff, but like, dude, there's malware on it. The web portal can't be accessed. So basically the backend web server is compromised, right? The application server that runs this RI Bridges thing. There's a Rhode Island problem. Now, they're telling people, right? So like my Aunt Dorothea gets this letter or whatever and says, reset your passwords, place a fraud alert and credit freeze on your bank accounts, and activate security measures by their bank. Like, that sounds like a lot of financial impact to individuals. Whereas when you're talking about what was impacted, it's this RI Bridges program. So unfortunately, I hate to be such a cynic here, but what it sounds like is this RI Bridges system has a lot of financial related information and hooks into individuals who are recipients and beneficiaries into their financial stuff. Because if you're telling me to reset my passwords and like monitor my bank accounts for fraudulent activity, that's a great bit more than I might not be able to file or get my Medicare, Medicaid benefits today. So anyways, hopefully this is an opportunity for people to get on a password vault, right? Thanks, Chris Frazier. Appreciate it. Yeah, so if you're impacted by this Rhode Island Bridges thing, if you know anyone, definitely, make them aware. Your bank account password should be unique. It should not be reused. Also, I don't know if we've ever had somebody from Rhode Island identify in the chat. I know there's a lot of lurkers in chat, people who listen that don't comment. But if we have any Rhode Island people, holler at us. And Deloitte is going mum on speaking about the Brain Cipher ransomware attack. Haven't heard of Brain Cipher, don't know about them. But I mean, obviously they're up in the spot, taking out Rhode Island. All right, let's keep going. By the way, just best practice with ransomware, do all the things, right? Access control, EDR solutions on all the agents, tabletop exercises, educate your end users. I'm not quite sure how this got in initial attack vector, but do all the things. Thank you, BSEC.
Connect On Call breach exposes close to 1 million patients. Healthcare staff.
All right, Terrence Tech lives in Rhode Island. We have representation. Thank you, Terrence Tech. If you have any thoughts, Terrence, please drop them in chat about that story.
Company, Phreesia, is notifying over 910,000 patients of a data breach in its subsidiary, Connect On Call, a telehealth platform, following an attack between February and May of this year. Exposed data includes communications between a patient and their healthcare provider, names, phone numbers, health conditions, and in some cases, social security numbers. Phreesia has taken Connect On Call offline, but says their other services, including their patient intake platform, were not compromised.
All right, so it's 2024, and if you weren't paying attention, healthcare is getting slapped around by threat actors. It is a great. Again, this isn't Threat Actor Academy, but we need to think like the threat actors in order to, I guess, appreciate what they're doing with respect of being able to defend it, right? Like just sticking your head in the ground and being like, ah, like that's not going to help you be better at cyber, okay? So healthcare, patient safety is a big deal. Time matters, right? Someone walks into the ED or emergency room with presenting stroke. You've got minutes to assess them and get them the care they need. If a ransomware attack's going on, you got your systems down, you're screwed. So threat actors know this. Threat actors want to get paid. Straight cash, homie. And healthcare is getting hit. So healthcare and manufacturing, if you work in healthcare, if you work in manufacturing, you absolutely should be thinking about ransomware as your primary threat vector, or not threat vector, your primary attack. And like looking at the threat methodologies associated with initial infection, initial access, leading to ransomware attacks. That's what you should be doing, okay? 900,000 patients impacted. This thing is some type of like digital, software as a service, right? It sucks, man. It's a telehealth platform. Telehealth took off after COVID, post-pandemic. Honestly, sometimes when I'm sick and all I want is like antibiotics, telehealth's great. I don't want to go friggin' get in my car and drive all the way down to a dock in a box, wait in a waiting room with a bunch of other sick people, and then, spend $80 or whatever to be given a script for some antibiotics. What I like is a FaceTime call. Just give me my scripts. Done. Okay. So, this is for after hours, whatever, patient tracking. Connect on call. You got a great business. You're probably making oodles of money, and now you're down. There's a dozen of these type of telehealth services things. What sucks is these 900,000 patients, these are the actual real impacted victims. Connect on call, yes, they took their platform down while they get sorted out. And they'll be back up, quote unquote, tomorrow, which is good, right? We want our businesses to be able to recover quickly and be resilient, continue to operate in a business continuity type manner, right? That's what we want our businesses that we protect to do. Now, you got to think about this, though. These 900,000 patients, their phone numbers, their contact information, their medical stuff, that's out there. You can't, there's no resetting that. There's no like, oh, hey, we're back up to full recovery. And we got all the data back from the threat actors, and they promised to forget all the stuff that they saw. That doesn't happen. So unfortunately, the real victims are the patients, me and you. That's the real problem. Connect on call, they'll be fine. They'll make their Q4 numbers. Straight cash, homie.
Ransomware groups exploit zero-day and Tech routers. More than 300 organizations were targeted in a coordinated ransomware campaign, exploiting undocumented vulnerabilities in Tech Vigor routers, including a potential zero-day flaw. The campaign, identified between August and September of last year, involved multiple threat groups, including Monstrous Mantis, which facilitated credential harvesting and shared stolen access with partners like Ruthless Mantis and LARVA 15. Forescout's analysis suggests the flaw is related to malfunction.cgi webpage in Tech's router interface, with new CVE entries confirming vulnerabilities that have gone unpatched for years.
All right. Ruthless Mantis. I like that. Hey, Tech Ricky with 10 gifted subs.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Very nice. Thank you, Tech Ricky. If you're one of the 10 gifted sub recipients, holler at you. You have Tech Ricky from Louisiana to thank you. I do like myself some Tech Ricky. All right, guys. So check it out. If you're running Tech devices in your environment, you may want to patch it. Well, hold on. That was a misfire. Hold on. That was a misfire. Hold on. Here we go. You gotta patch it. There we go. Remote hijacking. People can use Shodan to find these things. No big deal. 3 different threat actors coordinated somehow. So I guess they have like they have a book club and they get together. Let's see. One of the hacking groups, Monstrous Mantis, acted as a facilitator, identifying the devices, exploiting them for credentials, and then providing those to other attackers. Yep. So in the threat actor ecosystem, initial access brokers is a whole thing, right? Getting access, you do what you want with it, right? I'm just making keys to all the doors. So that's what they're doing. It sounds like this Draytech, these vulnerabilities are old. Let's see. One thing that they did say is there's a part of the 0 day is in the main function.cgi webpage. Guys, it's been a minute, okay? It's been a minute, but CGI, that's an acronym. I believe it's Common Gateway Interface. And dudes, I haven't seen CGI in a minute. Like, I'm old, okay? Like, I take Advil at lunchtime, okay? Like, I'm that old. And CGI was back in the day with like PHP and Perl and like the 90s. Like, we were doing some weird stuff back then, okay? Jenko jeans. You know, I was listening to Offspring. I went to Woodstock, did some stupid stuff. CGI was like how the internet worked. I haven't seen it in a while, okay? I'm not saying it's deprecated. It's just, it's been a minute, okay? So this thing is a hot mess express, and that's what's up. Yeah, Common Gateway Interface. It's an interface spec that enables web servers to execute external programs to process HTTP, HTTPS. Dude, CGI was basically the predecessor to like Ajax or I don't even know what they call it nowadays. Like basically when you type into Google, like, you know, whatever, like foo, like you're going to type in foo bar, or you're going to type in like, what is Jerry? And it starts autofilling like what you think, like the guessing of what you're going to put. That gives the illusion of like an interactive system. But the web, just so everybody knows, like HTTP and like web, it is not dynamic. It's like you request data from a server and it sends it to you, and that's the end of the transaction. The illusion of this interactive system is done through like Ajax. Again, I don't know if they still use Ajax, but back in the day, it was Ajax, and CGI predated that. So we're like in the Wayback Machine. Like, get your floppy disks out and fire it in your 3.5 disc and wait for the "you got mail" sound effect. Your CGI is online too. All right, let's go. Basically, just patch. Oh, Jesus, another misfire. If you're running Draytech devices, patch it. I've literally never heard of Draytech until today. You gotta patch it.
Thanks to today's episode sponsor, ThreatLocker. Do 0-day exploits and supply chain attacks keep you up at night? Worry no more. You can harden your security with ThreatLocker. ThreatLocker helps you take a proactive, default deny approach to cybersecurity and provides a full audit of every action, allowed or blocked, for risk management and compliance. Onboarding and operation are fully supported by their US-based support team. To learn more about how ThreatLocker can help keep your organization running efficiently and protected from ransomware, visit threatlocker.com. That's ThreatLocker.
Guys, I got to tell you really quickly, I love all the nostalgia in chat. Nostalgia slaps in chat. So good. Talking about the Packard Bell, the 386, the turbo button. Yep. So good. So good. You got your Sound Blaster 16. All right, let's do it. Hey, guys, I don't know if we have any first-timers here. If today's your first episode, drop a hashtag first-timer in chat. And if you're a regular, you know that we do this every single day on your award-winning podcast of the year, Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief. Let's go. Hope you're having a great show. If you are, do me a solid. Hit hit the like button on YouTube. It goes a long way to help others discover the channel, discover the pod, and grow our community. Hashtag Team SC. We friggin' rock. I want to say thank you to the stream sponsors throughout the whole year, right? Barricade Cyber, Antisyphon. They were here all year 2024. Delete Me coming in strong. They've renewed for 2025. Threat Locker renewed for 2025. We got it all going on, guys. Hey, I wanted to say a couple things. Yesterday, Rhonda Rummerfield with a super chat. Congratulations on the Sands Podcast Award. Way to go. Hashtag Team SC. Thank you, Rhonda. I appreciate it. Guys, hey, every single Monday, we do the Simply Cyber Community of the Week, sponsored by Threat Locker. Listen, hold on. I give a $100 Amazon gift card to the Community Member of the Week every week. So in order to get that money, I basically flip it from Threat Locker. So hey, Simply Cyber Community Member of the Week is presented by Threat Locker. It takes a deny by default approach to cybersecurity, just like it takes a village to secure your business. Holler. Oh, thank you, Luke Canfield. All right, guys. Hey, you know him as Justin Gold. I call him J Crypto, J Mod. He's a great guy. He's been a longtime member of the community. He's always helping people. He understands a thing or two about water critical infrastructure, and we are very, very lucky to have him in our community. Ladies and gentlemen, your Community Member of the Week, Justin Gold. All right, thank you, Justin. Now, we're double dipping here. Every single day of the week has a special segment, and Tuesday is Tidbits Tuesday, where I share a little bit about me, about myself, and we see what's up. I just want to take this opportunity to, again, recognize all of you. I know it's my Tidbits Tuesday, but this is our award. I did get a little choked up during the awards presentation. I got to go up on stage, receive this award, and say some things. It was important to me to recognize the mod team: Justin Gold, Casually Joseph, Eric, BSEC, Jenny, Kimberly, Josh, Chris Whitlock, like so many people. I didn't name them by names, just mod team. I wanted to recognize all of you, Team SC. I threw GRC Mafia in there. Why not? We could have some fun. And I recognize my family, Nadine, my wife, and my kids. Guys, get a little choked up. Like, it's a lot of work, okay? The show's a lot of work, and sacrifices are made. And I'm very aware of that. So I appreciate all of you. So this is a Tidbits Tuesday, but it's more about just me letting you know that I genuinely appreciate this community and what you guys do for the channel and for Simply Cyber, frankly, and for each other, okay? I'm up here screaming into this mic, but it's us that built this community, and it's us that will continue to grow this community. Thank you all so very much, all of you. And we can I'll pass the award around the room if you guys want. It's got good weight to it. You could like really clock someone with this thing. Do me a favor, Alpha Sierra, lead us with the la 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 la's. Let's go. All right. Let's finish strong, y'all. And did we have a first timer in chat? It looked like CyberSec said first timer. CyberSec, welcome to the party, pal. Squad members, if you can, rain down on CyberSec. Welcome to the party, pal. All right, let's finish strong, guys. And then we're going to get into jaw jacking.
Clop ransomware behind Cleo data theft. Clop Ransomware Group has claimed responsibility for exploiting zero-day vulnerabilities in Cleo's file transfer tools targeting organizations using the Harmony, VL Trader, and Lexicon platforms. The attacks leverage 2 CVEs, with threat actors deploying the Java-based backdoor malicious to steal data and execute commands. Cleo's October patch for the initial vulnerability was incomplete, prompting further exploitation and the release of a new fix last week. Despite Klopp's claims, some experts suggest multiple threat groups may be involved, as CISA confirms the vulnerabilities are actively exploited and has added them to its known exploited vulnerabilities catalog.
All right. So this is interesting. Very, very niche, but very, very effective. So don't worry about the CVE being assigned to this vulnerability. What you need to know is Cleo, CLEO, not to be confused with Madam Cleo, the Caribbean psychic that you can call on the phone, back when we had landlines. I think my man's cheating on me. Madam Cleo looks into the crystal ball and lets you know. What you need to know is this is a file transfer solution that has a vulnerability, and Clop ransomware, which, by the way, is spelled CL0P. I know it doesn't say it here, but that's how they spell it. So if you're looking for it, CL0P. And they take credit for exploitation. Now, you may be like, wait. Clop. Clop sounds familiar. Where do I know that? Clop ransomware is the ransomware group that went absolutely gangbusters on the Move It breach back in 2023. They got so much data that they were like literally, imagine, if you will, a dump truck of data, and then it backs up and just dumps it on the Clop ransomware group. They had so much data that literally they went like underground and just basically not disappeared, but like they like went off the radar. They had like major Fortune 500 company data. They had federal government agency data. They had so much data that they were like, bro, they had so much data that they were like, bro, we need to delete some of this data, because they actually had Department of Energy, like Q level clearance type sensitive information. And that is like literally LOL on this pun, but it's true. That kind of data is radioactive. You do not want that kind of data in your. You don't want law enforcement coming after you because you got that data, right? So they went dark, right? Now, I guess they've picked through all of the meat on that, right? They went to the buffet and they filled their plate up with all the crab legs, right? All the General Tso's chicken. And they finished eating that plate, and now they're back at it again. Okay, that's all that you need to know.
Let's become best friends. Yep.
Thank you for the super chat. Really quickly, Space Tacos with the super chat.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Space Taco says, congratulations on the Sands Award, Jerry. You've done a wonderful job cultivating this phenomenal community. Lots of trophies in first place and celebrations. Also, I saw your acceptance speech, and you clean up nice, Doc. Hashtag Team SC, hashtag GRC Mafia. Thank you. I don't always wear cybersecurity t-shirts. I do clean up. My wife was gorgeous. Oh my God. I'll share. Well, she'd probably be pissed if I shared a picture, but oh my God, she was an absolute rocket. What else? I think I saw another super chat come in here from Lord Gecky. Lord Gecky with a super chat. Thanks, Lord Gecky.
We just become best friends.
Team SC, I just wanted to show my appreciation. Thank you, and thank you to everyone who makes the show possible. Heck yeah, it does take a village, Lord Gecky. Thank you so much. TLDR, if you're running Cleo file transfer, you absolutely
you gotta patch it.
You don't want that kind of heat coming on you. All right. FedEx says graduation day today. Gonna get ready to walk the stage and try not to choke. Congratulations, FedEx. Let's go.
Data theft hits SRP Federal Credit Union. SRP Federal Credit Union is notifying over 240,000 individuals that their personal information was stolen in an attack, which happened between September 5th and November 4th of this year. The stolen data includes names, dates of birth, social security numbers, driver's license numbers, and financial information. While not confirmed, the new ransomware gang on the block, Nitrogen, has claimed responsibility for the attack, claiming to have stolen 650 gigabytes of data from the organization.
Sorry, I'm texting my wife. 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves. Hold on. All right, hold on. All right. Dude, financial services gets hit with ransomware. It happens, right? Even if you invest a lot into InfoSec, you still can never reduce all risk. Where's my GRC Mafia people at? This is GRC Mafia all day, every day. You invest a lot of money. You got red team operators, right? What is this? Hold on. Yeah, thanks, Kimberly. I recognized FedEx for that. All right. We've been given the thumbs up emote from Mrs. Auger. I will be sharing a photo, so stay tuned to the end. Oh my God. Absolute rocket. Okay, so Federal Credit Union gets hit with ransomware. Sucks for a lot of people. 240,000 people's personal information was compromised. Dude, they were in the network for like 2 months. That's not good. Let's see. Ooh, good old Maine Attorney General's office getting after you. You can't, dude, you might think that you're a slippery like a slippery business, like, ooh, I'm going to get away. Nope. When the state of Maine gets involved, lobsters, potatoes, and privacy, let's go. Maine's got you, man. You hear footsteps, that's Maine's Attorney General office coming up on your back. They have no evidence personal information's been misused. They never really do, right? It's not like threat actors come out and they're like, oh, we went ahead and targeted Alpha Sierra. Like, no, like threat actors don't do that. I always find this to be like such a trash comment. Like, we have no evidence your personal information's been abused. Yeah, like, no kidding. Like, how much, can you explain to me what you did to come to this assessment? Did you do research? Did you like discover anything? What did you do? All right. Yeah. Nitrogen has claimed responsibility for the attacks on multiple U.S. and Canadian organizations. I have not heard of Nitrogen before. Again, these threat actors, they come up all over the place. They're like weeds. You know, they come up, and not your Colorado style weeds. I'm talking like your crabgrass weeds. So for all you Colorado people, you Oregon based people, just, chill out. Okay. Nitrogen's coming after you. Keep an eye on them, right? I will tell you, it's kind of bold to go after financial services. If I was a threat actor, I would target manufacturing, frankly, in K through 12, just because they're softer targets. Financial services is not an easy target. Information's out there. They got 650 gigs of data. TLDR, I say it, and I'll say it every time. You should be thinking of ransomware and how to prevent it. Not just prevent it from occurring, but also reducing the impact. Hello, welcome to GRC. You want to reduce the likelihood of it occurring, but if it does occur, you want to reduce the impact. How long are you down? How much data gets out?
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Terrence Tech coming at you. Terrence Tech from Rhode Island, by the way. From 2000 to 2015, I worked as a desktop support for a healthcare exchange processing Obamacare coverage. Deloitte developed and managed the app, platform, and support. It crashed consistently. They're big in New England, but borderline janky. Thank you first of all, thanks for the super chat, Terrence Tech.
Just become best friends.
Secondly, Terrence Tech basically weighing in on the heels of this Rhode Island brain cipher Deloitte story and sharing that they're little janky. All right, let's keep going here.
South African telecom company refuses ransom, data leaked. The country of Namibia's state-owned telecom provider confirmed that customer information was leaked following a ransomware attack because, quote, we don't negotiate with cyber terrorists. The attackers, identified as Hunters International, leaked over 400,000 files, including personal and financial data, some of which belong to high-ranking government officials. Telecom Namibia refused to negotiate with the attackers, citing the high ransom demands and the lack of guarantee that the data would not be leaked, even if paid. Auto parts.
What? All right, so Namibia. I had to ask a mod to help me understand where this is. Namibia is southern Africa. Just it's on the western side of Africa, touching the Atlantic Ocean, and it is the southern part. If I'm not mistaken, okay, hold on. I'm about to hold on. First of all, state telecom gets hit. It could be private sector, could be government owned, right? So think AT&T gets hit. Whatever. They said, we don't deal with terrorists. F you. Leak it, don't leak it. We don't care. You're not getting a penny from us. And honestly, good. Like, it sucks that you got hit in Namibia. But, it is what it is. I just hope the country of Namibia, that's a fun word to say, is able to recover and not have too much downtime. Now, I do want to jump way out of my comfort zone and look at something really quickly. Hold on. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Namibia. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I've actually done some research on Namibia. If I'm not mistaken, like 99% of Namibia's population. Hold on, I'm almost positive of this. Hold on one second. Yeah, I'm almost positive of this. 99% of hold on. Let's put a tinfoil hat on this one, okay? Just because I can't fact check this, but I watched a documentary, like a classic old man. I watched a documentary on like Namibia. Like 99% of this country's population lives like on the coast, right? Like Namibia, most of the country in Namibia is like uninhabitable, and they have a ton of like super rare precious metal mining going on. I think it's lithium, right here on that coast, if you can see it. So anyways, like fun fact. All right, you were today's years old when you learned that. All right, here we go. It is a weird fact. It's just one of those things where it's like, it's just bizarre because it's a giant country, but like nobody lives in the country except right on the coast. And basically super, super wealthy companies, like oligarchs, are essentially like strip mining this country down for precious lithium. Okay, let's keep going.
Provider business impacted. A cyber attack on LKQ Corporation's Canadian business unit caused weeks of disruption, but is now believed to be contained, according to the company's recent SEC filing. LKQ, a global auto parts provider with over 45,000 employees, detected unauthorized access to IT systems on November 13th. The company says the affected business units are back close to fully operational. No group, though, has come forward to claim the attack.
Yeah, just yet. You got to remember, these threat actors, sometimes it's not like they're like, sometimes the threat actors get, like they deploy their malware payloads and they go all over the place, but they don't know what they've hit, right? They don't know exactly what has successfully detonated and what hasn't. So, basically, these threat actors may have not figured it out yet, or they're trying to figure out like what kind of ransom they're going to ask for, or, whatever. Major auto parts firm. We saw a little bit of this year, right? Doing a kind of a year in review. I think it was CDK. Do you remember, like, in the United States, a bunch of car dealerships were screwed because they all used the same software as a service for like doing transactions or something like that. Anyways, long story short, like basically, this is like an uptick in activity. They're just a supply chain company. Low key, I would say, manufacturing industry, right? Provides parts for repairs and accessory consumer cars, and they got hit. I hate to be like boring, but guys, this is like the 5th ransomware story in today's news. And if you're not paying attention, like that's what's up. It's 2024. Ransomware has been living in your house like that Mucinex mucus animated graphic guy in the commercials. Like they're just ransomware's fully moved in. They're not visiting for the holidays. They live with you. Ransomware sucks, but we have to deal with it. Like we know ransomware is there. We know about it. We have all the telemetry. We have tons of case study. If you're not doing things to help prevent and reduce impact, aka ensuring resiliency during a ransomware attack, you're kind of missing the boat, okay? Do yourself, do your business, do everyone a favor, and make sure that you're at least thinking about ransomware. Immutable backups would be a great start. Not having everyone have domain admin access would be a great start. Making sure people understand what to recover. Making sure you understand what order to recover things in. If your entire environment gets screwed, okay? Let's just play this out really quickly. Your entire environment gets absolutely hammered with ransomware, right? Do you restore your, like say you sell online products, right? Or whatever. Do you restore your web server first or do you restore your domain controller first? You tell me, right? Have you thought about it? Like you need to do the thought and then make sure that everybody's on the same page. Because I'm telling you, when you're dealing with an active incident and people are going to be running into each other like their house is on fire, that's not the time to figure out what is the best practice. Do it in advance. Ransomware 2024. Oh, I've got a hot take prediction for 2025. More ransomware. Get your Oprah emotes, chat. You get a ransomware. You get a ransomware. You get a ransomware. Everybody's getting it, okay? All right, let's keep going.
If you want to annoy us,
all right, here we go. All right. That's going to do it for today's show. Now, hold on. We are going to be pivoting over to jaw jacking. But before we go, I got a couple things I want to share with you. One, I did get clearance from Mrs. Auger to share a photo of us at the award ceremony. So there we go. That is myself on the left, obviously, and then my beautiful wife, Nadine. And here you go. You can see for ladies, if you're into the dress or if you're into the clothes, we've got these like cloven hooves that I'm wearing. Mrs. had the heel type situation. Nice dress with some intricate flower detail. I probably should have cleaned up my beard now that I'm looking at it. But anyways, this is us. At the SANS Difference Makers Award ceremony last Sunday, where we, Mrs. Auger and I, on behalf of the entire Simply Cyber community, brought home the W, the Simply Cyber podcast of the year. Very nice. Appreciate that. All right, guys. Don't go anywhere, because we've got jaw jacking coming for you. What do? What's jaw jacking? Jaw jacking is basically a 30-minute AMA video. We're going to switch over. Thanks, Phil Stafford. I love my wife. Love my wife. Not only is she gorgeous, but she's an amazing person. She's wicked funny. All right, hey, don't go anywhere as we switch over to jaw jacking. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Get ready to bring your questions. I'll bring some answers. We got DJ Bisek behind the glass just in case I screw this all up. Let's go. Let's go. Ever wonder what it takes to break into cybersecurity? Join us every weekday for Jaw Jacking, where industry experts answer your burning questions about the cybersecurity field. Live, unfiltered, and totally free. Let's level up together. It's time for some jaw jacking. Hold on. This will happen. All right, what's up? So, couple quick questions. One, welcome to Jaw Jacking. I'm your host, Jerry. Don't worry about this. We're trying to clean this up. I will tell you a couple things. One, BSEC, can you hear me? First of all, we're working through this, okay? Let's see if BSEC can hear me. All right, and let's do this. See, this is Jaw Jacking. This is not the award-winning podcast. Where's my mod chat? Hold on 1 second. I got to get chat up. I got to see all you guys. Let's go. All right. All right. So we're here to answer your questions. I've got Restream up. I've got mod chat up. Hopefully you guys can hear me and see me. Where are we at? All right. Let me actually pull chat up. All right. I'm Jerry. This is Simply Cyber's Jaw Jacking 30-minute AMA where we answer all your questions. Go ahead and just drop them in chat. If you preface it with a Q, I can make sure that I basically know it's a question for me versus a question for everybody else. Let's pop chat up. All right, let's keep going. I don't think the correct mic is active. All right, let's try this. Hello? Hello? Jay Spence says, congrats on SANS. I'll be finishing up my first year of my cyber bachelor's in 4 days. Thanks to the SC fam, always bringing the passion. All right. Let's make sure we got the right mic here. Where's BSEC? Like, lost my BSEC here. The audio is always an issue. I'm Batman. No, I'm pretty sure this is the right mic. I'm pretty sure this is the right mic. I feel like kind of naked right now because I don't see any mod chat. I don't see DJ BSEC chat. Let me know in chat if you guys can see me or hear me, or I can pivot to the old one. Oh, just not close enough. Okay, hold on. I can't really get in any closer. Let's try that. All right, we can always do this. Talking about business continuity, right? Let me do this. Let's do this. All right. So check it out now. We're about to take this to the next level, okay? All right, here we go. You guys will love this. Okay. All right, what's up? Now we're cooking with gas, baby. All right. This is Jaw Jacking. It's basically a 30-minute AMA. I got this light right here. I actually have a bunch of things to share with you guys. First and foremost, okay? Let's put this right here, okay? Put this right here. Dude, the weight on this thing is insane, okay? Next. All right. I got to figure out how to goose this mic, okay? Loving the shirt. Thank you very much. I do love myself some Black Hills. Guys, just so you know, Simply Cyber, obviously, what we're doing here, but Black Hills Information Security is such a phenomenal company. Antisyphon's the training arm of Black Hills. They were there at the SANS Award Ceremony, Difference Maker Award. The Black Hills community had a podcast nominated as a finalist, and the Black Hills community voted for the Daily Cyber Threat Brief. That's just kind of the community they are and everything like that. It's awesome. Sierra Montgomery says, I believe this was in your speech. Yep. Best AMA on YouTube. Thanks, Chuck Sapp. Hey, oh, by the way, speaking of Chuck Sapp, guys, if you didn't know, every single Monday, we send out the Simply Cyber newsletter. Super easy, super useful. If you don't know about it, put !newsletter in chat and you can get signed up for it. You basically get actionable intel every Monday. It's super dope. All right, what else we got here? Chris Cahill says, how to get volunteer cyber experience? Any websites to check that I might not know about? That's a good question. I actually don't know about any websites that give you cyber volunteer opportunities. But there are a lot. I mean, you can basically volunteer for, your church. If you have friends that have businesses, you could volunteer for them. You could, it's hard. Like I've tried to offer my services to K through 12. Not really been well received. I would say basically, I don't want to say leverage your network, but think about your network, your friends and family, and where they work. And if there's an opportunity to be able to lend your services to them. Also, you could technically go to like a Rotary meeting, if they still do those, like basically a meeting with business people. And don't be like, hi, I want to volunteer to do cyber stuff. Give like a presentation on like 5 things every small business should be thinking about with cybersecurity. Like deliver some value. And then at the end of your talk, be like, hey, and basically I love helping people. If anyone here is interested in me volunteering to, like no paid, pro bono, whatever work to kind of come in and help your business get straightened out a bit, just follow up with me, right? Like that's a good way to do it. All right, what else we got here? How do you pronounce Namibia? Namibia. I guess Dan Reardon's got a drinking game with him and his wife every time I say Namibia. Andreas says, is the ITIL 4 Foundation cert relevant for cyber or GRC? Okay. So check it out. ITIL, I don't really think ITIL is relevant to cybersecurity. ITIL is, I forget what it's an acronym, but basically it's around an IT function in a company being able to deliver service in a more mature way. All right. So think about it as delivering IT, so infrastructure, application, network to a business in a mature way. Now, cyber is part of that, but I would only get an ITIL cert if you were trying to get a job at an organization that was asking for it, 1, and not many are going to be, and 2, if your organization is on ITIL and they want you to get trained, which most of them do, and you can do the training for free and get the cert for free, then I would do that. I would not prioritize ITIL for like a job or something. Okay, so Mike Annam says it's Namibia. Namibia? I don't know. Okay. Justin Gold's in the house. Justin Gold, your Simply Cyber Community Member of the Week? Nah. Hold on. I'm going to put a hoodie on. I'm a little chilly. Hold on. So really quick, talking about 2024, right? Let's do a little recap. I know Nick Barker loves this. So 2024, we did a lot. 1, we got the silver play button, right? 100,000 subs on the Simply Cyber YouTube channel. We're at like 220 now, just kicking butt. We got the SANS Difference Maker Award, Best Podcast of the Year. Holler. We had the Simply CyberCon in-person conference. Giddy up on that, right? Our very own in-person conference. This thing kicked so much butt. Guys, we had a banger of a year. An absolute banger of a year. We're going to continue the party right through the end of the year. I know some podcasts close up shop. Not this one. We will not be broadcasting on Christmas Day. I do take a day off from time to time. I am excited though. I got some news for you. Unless there's questions, let me know about the questions. But I got to tell you, as excited as I am, I literally bought this. Let me see if I can show you on stream. Here, hold on one second. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you. Right? Like, I just bought this. Okay? This is a telescoping basically that right there is going to be mounted to this desk, and it comes up and it's got 3 arms coming off. One's going to have a camera, one's going to have a light, one's going to have a monitor, which I've got right here. This baby's cooking, right? Come on. Right? We got the monitor cooking. This is so cool. So we're going to level up this setup to be legit sooner than later. Also, if you're interested, I know this looks like a hot mess, but I want to remind everybody that if you go to simplycyber.io/pbcc, I'm going to drop a link in chat here. simplycyber.io/pbcc. If you're interested in, I do it like, I guess, a couple times a year. But January 2nd through, January 6th through January 9th, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 hours a day, 16 hours total, I am doing a live cohort-based course called The Personal Branding for a Career in Cyber. Many of you have taken it already, but basically it's a thank you. It's a course on teaching you how to stand out and basically develop a personal brand. So when people, like, basically when you apply to a job and someone like Googles your name, a ton of stuff comes up. People find you, people know about you. Like I said, I can't promise you a job, but my last 2 jobs, like, basically the CEO contacted me and was like, what will it take for you to quit your job and come work with me? So personal branding is super awesome. It helps with networking, but there's a way to do it. I just celebrated 5 years with Simply Cyber, and I own a lot of equipment, and I've made a lot of mistakes. And basically this course cuts through all that crap and helps you. All right, so let's get to your comments or your questions. Waldo says, which security frameworks do you see being the most in demand in the coming years? NIST cybersecurity framework, hands down. NIST CSF. Okay, it's a volunteer. It's not regulated. It's not required through legislation or anything like that. But lots and lots of businesses use it. Large businesses like ExxonMobil uses it. I love it for numerous reasons. If you're going to work in the U.S. government, it's FISMA, but basically you're going to be doing some form of NIST CSF. So, Waldo, if I was going to spend an ounce of my energy and focus on a framework, NIST CSF all day. Cole7 says, what's the best way to document GRC projects? Good question. I actually have a video for that. 1 second. I got a video for that, okay? So I can't show you like on stream because it's hard, but like basically I'm going to drop a link in chat for Cole. Here we go. Watch this video, Cole, all right? But basically what I would say is if you want to document it, you need a portfolio. You can get a GitHub repo and post stuff like that. You can... Oh, I'm not in mod chat. I was wondering why this was. Basically, I would say get a GitHub repo or a blog and document it that way. Again, this is what I'm saying. This is why that personal branding for a career in cyber course is so valuable. It's because, like, here's the deal, right? Learning technical skills is important, and being able to demonstrate practical skills is important. But like, if you can't show and demonstrate that you know these things, if you can't make a splash with yourself, like, no one's going to know it, right? I always, like, you could be valedictorian of your high school or whatever. And like the person in the middle of the pack, someone who graduates with B's, gets the job because people know about them. Like, oh, hey, you can do this job. Here you go. It's not about meritocracy, okay? I hope that helps, S. Cole. Travis Connor says, how nervous were you on stage accepting the award? So cool. Congrats to you and our community. Good question. I was a little anxious. I was a little anxious, the thing is, dude, it's like intimidating, right? Like you're in this room with all these amazing information security professionals. Like the brain trust in there is insane. I don't want to call, I know we earned that award, right? I know the podcast is exceptional. I know all the work everybody puts into it, okay? So I didn't feel an imposter that we won it, but it's still hard for me to wrap my head around the position I've put myself in to be kind of the leader of Simply Cyber and representing the community and being on stage and stuff like that. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's been a wild life, frankly, from where I was to what where I am now. So I was a little anxious. I wanted to make sure, plus I always, thanks for the question, Travis, by the way. I always want to be really good. Like I want to be quality. Like I know we have the jokes on the channel about like the audio and all that stuff like that, but like, and that's okay. But like, I don't know. I just, if I'm going to do something, I want it to be good. And this opportunity is, it's like once in a lifetime. I'm not going to go back and I doubt we'll win podcast of the year next year. You know what I mean? Like, so it was in the moment, right? I was nervous, right? I said everything I wanted to say though. I wish I said my kids' names. I did say my wife and family, but I'm really, really grateful for all of you. And I'm really grateful that Nadine was with me and I was able to share that experience with her. So yeah, thank you for the question. All right. Space Tacos has a question. There's no show on the 25th, but yes, a show on January 1st. I missed that answer. No, I probably won't do a show on New Year's Day, honestly. We have a great tradition in our home on New Year's Eve. We basically play games. We get scratch tickets. Like, it's kind of a thing we do. We get a ton of appetizers and just like play games and do goofy stuff. It's like a fun family party. So no show on January 1st. Kyle, what Splunk class do you recommend for rookies with admin and engineer duties? Splunk has free training on their platform. So if you want to go get the free training, I would recommend that. It's basically how to use Splunk. Remember though, Kyle, like Splunk is just a SIM tool. Really learning how to go threat hunting would be very valuable. Because like Splunk's just a tool, right? You could do it in Elk or Security Onion or Elastistack or like an Elk instance, Graylog. Doesn't matter. It's not like Splunk has some like super niche thing that you can't get anywhere else. So yes, go use the Splunk stuff so you get familiar with their interface. But I would recommend you actually like go like learn to go threat hunting. Maybe even download like Atomic Red Team and detonate Atomic Red Team, and then look in Splunk or look in your SIM or whatever to detect and see the bad happening. Make those correlations. That would be valuable. Also, wading through logs is in chat right now, I believe. Yeah, Wade's here. So Wade, if you have any thoughts on, he says, what Splunk class do you recommend for rookies? I mean, if you have a specific answer, Wade, for that, go for it. But I'm thinking Wade might be able to comment. Wade's a CTI blue teamer. Him and his mustache are both blue teamers. So he would be able to, he might have some thoughts, Kyle, for you. All right. Haircut Fish says, what's a personal or professional goal you're looking forward to completing in 2025? Oh, wow. Okay. So this is interesting. A goal I have in 2025, uh, this is going to sound completely bizarre, right? But like, I would really like to slow down a little bit. I was supposed to slow down in 2024 and I didn't. And, I had some uh, I had some burnout. I know if you're a regular of the show, you're very aware of when that happened. Um, so I would like to be more in control of not working as much as I do. I know that that's a very difficult thing to measure, right? That's not a very smart goal, but that's something I would like to do. I do push myself very hard, and there is some casualties because of that, or some sacrifices. What about you? Drop them in chat. What goals do you have, personal or professional, in 2025? A professional goal I have, I would love, I'm going to get to go to Romania at Speak at B-Sides Romania. That's kind of very cool. I would like that. And a professional goal, I would love to have Simply CyberCon 2025 just blow the doors off of everything. That's what I would like. All right, let's keep going. Taekwon Gong, have you ever been in a role where after some time you felt you could do more? Be and do more? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so Taekwon Gong, I have felt like, here's the thing. A couple times in my career, more early in my career, I was given responsibilities and I would just absolutely crush them. Okay. It would take me, you have a full week to do work, right? And I would crush it in like 6 hours. Okay. Now, I don't know about you guys. I am a lifelong learner. What I did was, as an opportunity, I'd be like, well, I still got 34 hours here. I would basically learn a new programming language or pick up a new skill or whatever. Never, I'm not a big fan of just cruising on social media or whatever. I've actually seen people, I've worked places before. But to me, this is crazy. I've worked places before where I literally saw people in the cube farm with their feet kicked up. I'm not exaggerating. Feet kicked up, leaned back in their chair, binge watching Netflix shows. And in my mind, I'm like, I guess that there's nothing wrong with that, I suppose. I'm not judging, but I don't know. I mean, have you just reached a point in your life where that's it? You're good. You don't want more. You don't want to push. You don't want opportunities. You don't want to be control of your own destiny. That's the thing for me, Taekwon Gong in chat. For me, listen, here's a reality. Okay. Some of you don't know this story. Very early, my first job ever. Okay. My first job ever. I went in, I interviewed, and I was working construction at the time because I couldn't find a job. This was the early 2000s, and there was a big outsourcing thing going on to develop, because I was a developer. And basically, the guy, the owner of the company, interviewed me, and he's like, "Yep, you're perfect. Let's go. What do you want for salary?" Now, I'd done research, and 42,000, 44,000 was fair value. Okay. Very fair, middle of the bell curve. And I was like, oh, I think 44 is fair based on all this information. Let's go. And he said, nope. He's like, this, literally, he leaned over and he's like, I'm going to offer you $26,000, grossly under what the role was. I was a software developer. Okay. So I'm going to offer you $26,000, and here's a newsflash for you. You're going to accept it because you obviously can't find a job right now. That's why you're working construction. You need this job to get into, corporate America or tech. And because of that, he didn't say I'm going to exploit you, but he said, because of that, you're going to accept this. And I said, well, let me think about it. He said, go ahead, think about it. You're going to call me tomorrow and take the job. And I said, ugh. So I thought about it. I was super pissed. And I took the job. And I hated it. And I remember thinking, like basically, I worked there 1 year. I got 1 year of experience on the res. And then I left to go to DC to work for a professional services company, Bearing Point, KPMG Consulting. But he was so right. And I remember thinking, like, never again will I be vulnerable or in a position where this jerk can exploit me. I don't want to be exploited. I will not be exploited. Just F you, right? So because of that, I'm motivated. I literally max out my free time, especially when I was younger in my career and I had more of it, to level up, keep skilling up, learn a new skill, learn a new language, learn a new tech stack, whatever it was, connect with people, maxing it out, because I will not be, I want to be in a position where they're like, we're going to give you 50% of what fair market value is. And I can say, thank you, but I'm good. Like, all set. Don't need you. Suck an egg. Good luck with you. That's what's up. So I know I went long on that one, so hopefully you guys didn't mind that. Yes, Brendan Fazekis is correct. Even though that job was exploitative, day 2 of that job, day 1, I started, got sorted out. Day 2, they introduced me to the new hire. The new hire was my gorgeous, beautiful wife. I met her on day 2. Instantly dumbstruck. Lightning bolt hit me. I knew instantly. This is insane. This almost sounds like borderline, like put a restraining order on me. I knew the moment I saw my wife that I was going to marry her. I knew the moment I saw her. I was smitten. I was dating someone. She was dating someone. All right. Roswell UK says, what sound effects were playing in your head during your acceptance speech? Oh, I don't know. I was like, so the thing is, I didn't write down my speech, but I knew what I wanted to say, especially like if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with a team. So I was just hyper focused on what I was saying. I didn't have sound effects, but looking back, the sound effect was probably like that Curb Your Enthusiasm, like Swims with Sharks says, tips for communicating to a client that they do need compliance they ask for and are now questioning. Oh my God. They need to understand their contract clauses, but I'm not their lawyer. Yeah. You know what I would say, Swims with Sharks? You got to remember, like, we as InfoSec people are basically here to advise, right? Which is why I don't think liability should ever fall with the CISO, but that's a different conversation. We're here to advise. So I would just advise them on the negative consequences, right? So, hey, like, just so you're aware, non-compliance carries a burden of this fine or, whatever. Like, find some case studies of non-compliance resulting in negative consequences for a business and make them aware of that. That's what I would say. Hopefully that helps. Adolphus Johnson says, how much is the branding course cost? Much to the chagrin of my marketing person that I have helped me. It is $150. I was actually told to charge significantly more, and I told the marketing person that maybe we shouldn't work together. So it's $150, Adolphus, and just so everyone knows, there's 2 things to it. I had to split it into 2 different SKUs, basically. So there's the live cohort course, and you can take that by itself and absolutely get everything you need. And then there is the on-demand recorded version of the lectures with all the labs and hands-on handouts and stuff like that. And that is separate. So if you buy the live cohort, you get a 50% off discount for the course. So basically the live cohort's $150 and the course itself is $150. But if you buy the live cohort and the course, it's $225, if you get what I'm saying. And if you're already enrolled in the course, then you get 50% off the live cohort if you want to take it. And the reason is some people want to take the live cohort multiple times. I don't want to charge them for the course over and over again. So hopefully that answers your questions. If anyone, I'm super excited. We already have like probably 15 students signed up for the personal branding for a career in cyber. FedEx was there. Norman was there. Tech Ricky was there. There's a bunch of people in chat who took it the first time around. I think it's a great course. I love it. Yeah, Phil Stafford says, ouch, maybe we shouldn't work together anymore. Well, here's the thing. My marketing person told me I should charge $800 for the course. And I said, that's just not going to work. Like, that's way too much. You know, and she was like, well, how about 500, but it's 800 and they can get it for 500 if they get 2 other people to sign up for the course, which I totally get, right? From a marketing perspective, like, great. Trying to maximize revenue and stuff like that. But it's just, I can't. I don't, this course can help people. You know what I mean? So I'm not good at the business side of stuff like that, but whatever. Lara Flores took the course. That's right. The course is fabulous. Thank you, Lara. I did enjoy having you as a student. Yeah, Casually Joseph. Yeah, exactly, dude. Casually Joseph is the TA for that course and a student. Let's see, Phil Stafford. I've done this in business consulting, and I've had that said to me. Sometimes it's warranted, but there are times to put your foot down. Yeah, exactly. There you go, Space Tacos. I hope you can join us. Go to simplycyber.io/PBCC Space Tacos. All the information's there if you want to check it out. Like I said, if you just do the live cohort, you will absolutely get what you need. If you want to continue to revisit the content and take it afterwards, that's why the asynchronous one is available. Alpha Sierra took the course and it helped me become famous. I met my wife, Toasty Pops from Kansas City. I met my wife 39 years ago in an English class. I think it was snazzy AFROTC dress, blue uniform I had to wear. Very nice. All right. Let me go. Hey, so, all right. Yeah, exactly. Be clear. That's my thing. You know, and it was a conversation I had with Zach Hill. I was originally going to charge $250 for the course. And then, you know, like basically this course can help this course can help lots of people, right? If you are struggling to get in the industry, like you have all the skills, you did all the things, and you're still having a tough time, this course can help you because it will establish a brand for you. You will have presence. And it will help you stand out in a sea of sameness. So that's why, I mean, it's not free, but you know, I basically take a week off and do that, right? So, you know, it is what it is. So, all right, guys, it is time. I do want to say shout out and thanks to DJ Bisek behind the glass, who, thank you. Thank you, Funky Monk. It's it's great to have you back in chat. Join us tomorrow, Funky Monk, as we go Worldwide Wednesday. We need you, obviously, in chat. Guys, Tech Ricky's with the super chat. You're a good man, Jerry. Always doing what's best for the community. Highly recommend the PBCC. Thank you, Tech Ricky. I enjoyed. I yeah, I really enjoyed spending time with Tech Ricky at Wild West Hackin' Fest as well. All right, guys, it's a couple minutes past 9:30. I'm going to spend the next half hour building out this mobile studio, or this studio right here with all the new stuff. We'll be back tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern time for the Daily Cyber Threat Brief, your award-winning podcast of the year. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Holla, thank you so very much, guys. Team win. Go forward, crush it today. Thank you, and until next time, stay secure.